Right, welcome to this video where I'm going to talk about my journey of having to renew my BT Full Fibre Broadband. Now, 2 years ago, I signed up to BT Full Fibre because they were the only provider in the area. Vodafone and TalkTalk weren't doing it yet, so BT Openreach came out and put all the cabling in. Now, I did a video about that actually, and I'll put it in the pop-out right now above my head and in the description below if you want to look at that. So it's been a brilliant 2 years with BT. I never thought I'd really go back to BT again, to be honest, because I always thought they were too expensive. I'd always been with Vodafone and TalkTalk before for my normal kind of non-full fibre broadband, but the service had been a little bit kind of flaky now and again. But I must admit, for the last 2 years, the service has been brilliant. The broadband's never dropped out. It's been fantastic. Now that could be the same with any provider, not just BT, but so far the experience has been really good. So I'm just going to tell you about what happened in the end and how I got a cheaper price as a existing customer. But first of all, I'm just going to take you back how the bills kind of rose over time with these kind of annual increases and things like that. So I'll take you back first of all to March 2021. When it was first of all installed. Now originally I went for just a full fibre 100 just to sort of try it out, because it was still an increase in the speed for me, and I got that deal for $39.99, which I thought was pretty good. But within about a month I decided to increase the speed to 300, and they wanted to do me a deal with Halo 3, and that put the price up, but not by very much, so I went for it, and that was $44.99. Then, of course, we had the first dreaded April price rise, and then that took me to £49.17. So we're nearly touching £50 a month now. And then it was that price every month for a long time, through the kind of second year, until we got to this kind of final year when it was time to renew, because I had obviously joined in March, but then a month later I got the sort of annual price rise. And the new price rise in April 23, if I'd stayed on the same 300 with Halo 3, was actually going to be £56.25, which I thought was a crazy amount of money, really, when I started on kind of paying £40 for 100. And I'd looked around really as well. I'd looked at TalkTalk and Vodafone. I'm already a Vodafone mobile customer, and they were going to basically do me a deal where I could get 500 full fibre for £35 a month, with quite a basic router package, but still £35 a month compared to 56. That is a massive saving when you add it up over 24 months. So I went back to BT. I did try my best. I didn't want to move, to be honest. I don't like the upheaval of having to put new routers in and sort everything out. So basically what I did was I went on the chat and I went on the phone to them and asked them, I'm renewing. This was before my renewal was up. This was about a week to 10 days before the renewal was coming. They kept emailing me telling me my contract's coming up, renew now, get the best price. You won't get the April price rise if you buy in March. We'll sort that out for you. But the best they could do, it seemed like they were completely scripted, was around £50 a month for 300 megabyte line. Well, Vodafone is still offering me 500 for £35 and not £50. So I left it a bit longer. I thought what I'll do now is I'll wait until the contract actually ends, and then I'll see how I stand and see if I've got more power when the contract is over. Because really, if they don't come down to a decent price like a new customer, I'm going to basically move to Vodafone. So when I did look at what BT could offer me as a new customer, the prices were really good. For 500 megabyte line, the price was $35.99. So why can't I have that price? Well, every time I asked, and I phoned up as well after the contract had ended, the BT systems wouldn't offer me an upgrade that didn't include Halo 3. I'd never used Halo 3 and I didn't want it anymore, to be honest. The system had never gone down. I didn't need like an EE sort of backup or anything like that. I just wanted a 500 line for £35. But could I get it? No. So what happened next? Well, I kept going on at them that they wouldn't reduce the price or that they couldn't take away the Halo 300. So what was my next option? Well, I thought my next option was going to be to actually open a new customer account in, say, my wife's name using her email address at the same address, and then close mine. The downside of that is that I would probably be having to give a month's notice and pay kind of 2 months broadband at the same time. But come one bank holiday weekend, when I thought it'd be quite nice and quiet on the phones, I actually phoned up and got through to the normal kind of customer service, and they said the same thing, that they couldn't get me a price that didn't include Halo 3, that was still around £50 a month. But, and I put it to them, should I just join as a new customer using a different name, email address? No, what we'll do is we'll sign you up as a new customer with a second contract. Thought, great. He said, yeah, we can do that for you. We're going to send you out another router though. We can't stop that. There's no checkbox saying don't send out another router, because I didn't want to have to then swap out routers. I could have just exported my details off one router and imported it into another, but I thought, no, well, okay, send me the router and I'll just send it straight back to you. So what they did was they created a second contract for $35.99 for 2 years with a straight BT 500 megabyte line, and I was very happy. The only problem was I had to phone up later to port my number over, because they were going to give me a new landline number. And what's actually happened is I've got to wait 2 weeks before I can port that number over. So I'm on the new number for 2 weeks before I can get my old number back again. So it worked in the end, but since I've done that, I've spoken to other people at BT on the phone to get things like the router sent back and to actually get the bills closed, the original account closed on this day of the new account opening. And they've been all telling me, oh, you shouldn't have had that done. You've been kind of missold that, blah, blah, blah. I say, well, sorry, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping my nice £35 a month for 500 megabytes, as I would do as if I were a new customer, or I would have gone anyway. So what they've done is I've got to actually send the router back. They're sending the bag back for that, but that's a little bit confusing because I think they're expecting my old router back, whereas they're going to get the new router back that I haven't even undone. So there'll probably be problems there where they won't marry the two up and they'll probably try and charge me £50 for not sending the correct router back. What else has happened? Obviously waiting 2 weeks for the number to port over. But other than that, it's been going okay. So I've still got to contact them again to sort a couple of things out. So if you're having problems and you're not getting a good renewal price like you should as a new customer, if you're lucky like me, you could basically take over the line. I think they call it taking over the line, because I was getting emails saying someone's going to take over your line. If you want this to happen, fine, but if not, please contact us. It's a bit like moving house, I suppose, where someone else is going to take it over. So hopefully we'll carry on with this for 2 years at $35.99. Although next April, obviously, there'll be a fairly large price rise again, where it'll probably go up to something like £40 a month for 500. But at the moment, on the day of changeover, it was quite seamless. There was no downtime. It just carried on and the speed kind of increased. So it's been good so far. So if you're looking to join BT for their broadband products, then I can help you out and get you a £50 Amazon gift card. I've got a link to it in the description below, so check that out if you're interested. Right, I hope you found that useful in case you're coming up to your renewal. Let me know how you got on if you were renewing your full fibre as well. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching and listening, and I'll see you soon.